What if I told you that your cat is secretly testing you every single day to decide if you deserve to be their favorite human? Today I am going to reveal the 7 hidden tests cats use to choose who their favorite human really island. Stay with me, because the 5th test is the most surprising of all, and chances are you have never even noticed it before. Cats may appear mysterious, almost impossible to read, but their behavior follows a silent logic. They watch how you treat them, how you react to their signals, and even the way you act when they are not around. Each moment with your cat is a subtle question, and your response determines if you pass or fail their secret exams. If you love uncovering the hidden language of cats and want to understand them better every day, make sure to subscribe right now so you never miss the next discovery. Now, let us begin with the very first test, one of the most intimate ways a cat decides if you deserve their trust. The first hidden test your cat uses to choose its favorite human is the comfort test. Out of all the ways a cat measures trust, this is the most powerful one because it happens when they are at their most vulnerable while sleeping. Think about it. In the wild, no cat would ever close its eyes and relax completely near someone it does not trust. Sleep means letting go of defenses, exposing the body, and lowering awareness of threats. So when your cat chooses to curl up next to you, stretch across your lap, or even sleep on your pillow, they are not just resting, they are declaring that you are their safe space. Passing this test means you have gone beyond being a provider, beyond being a playmate. You have become the one place where they feel fully protected. This test can show up in different ways. Some cats will nap right at your side, keeping just enough contact to feel your presence. Others will sprawl across you completely, surrendering their entire body weight with total confidence. And sometimes the ultimate display of comfort is when they expose their belly in your presence. Even if they do not want belly rubs, this gesture means they feel safe enough to reveal their most fragile spot. It is important to notice that not every cat will express this in the same form. A shy or independent cat may choose to sleep in the same room rather than directly on top of you. But the meaning is the same. They are placing themselves in a position of rest, near you, because they see you as trustworthy. Passing this final test is like earning a silent badge of honor. It means your cat has decided you are not only reliable, but irreplaceable. You are no longer just their human. You are their chosen human. The second hidden test your cat uses to decide who their favorite human is comes through touch. Cats are highly sensitive to physical contact, and the way you respond when they initiate it tells them everything they need to know about you. It usually starts in small ways. Maybe your cat brushes its body against your leg, rests its head on your hand, or sits beside you waiting for a gentle stroke. In that moment, your reaction becomes the real test. If you grab them too quickly, pet them in a way they do not enjoy, or ignore their invitation altogether, your cat may feel that you are not respecting their boundaries. But if you let them lead, if you pet them gently where they like it most, under the chin, behind the ears, or along the back, you are sending a very clear message: I understand your limits and I respect them. This is crucial because cats are naturally cautious about who they allow into their personal space. For them, touch is not just about affection, it is about safety. They need to know that they can come close without being forced, restrained, or mishandled. Owners who pass this test usually notice their cats seeking out contact more often, lying closer, or even climbing onto their lap on their own terms. And here is the interesting part. Not every cat expresses affection the same way. Some cats will only brush against your leg, while others will stretch out on top of you as if you were their chosen pillow. What matters is not how much contact they want, but whether you respect the rhythm they set. When you get this right, your cat begins to see you as someone who understands them deeply. But passing the touch test is only the beginning. To become their true favorite human, you need to show them that you listen. And that brings us to the third hidden test. The third hidden test your cat uses is the listening test. Many people think a cat's meow is random noise, but in truth, every sound has intention. Cats develop their vocalizations mainly to communicate with humans, not with other cats. This means that when your cat meows at you, it is not just speaking, it is testing to see if you will respond. Imagine this. Your cat walks into the room, gives a short meow, and waits. In that brief pause, they are observing you. Do you ignore them and continue with your phone, or do you acknowledge their voice with a word, a look, or even a reply? Owners who engage in this back and forth create a feedback loop where the cat feels understood. Over time, this can grow into a unique dialogue where your cat uses different tones or patterns of meows to talk, and you instinctively know what they mean. It is not about spoiling your cat or responding to every sound with food. What matters is that you show them their voice has value. Cats are surprisingly quick to notice whether their human pays attention. If you respond consistently, your cat begins to feel that it can rely on you not just for care, but also for recognition. On the other hand, if their attempts at communication are ignored too often, they may simply stop trying with you. Some cats even choose another family member as their favorite, the one who listens. Passing this test does not require you to decode every meow perfectly. It only requires presence, consistency, and a willingness to engage when they reach out. But here is where things get more interesting. The next test does not happen while you are at home. It happens in your absence, and the way you handle that absence reveals a lot about whether you truly pass as their chosen human. The fourth hidden test your cat uses to choose its favorite human is the absence test. Many owners believe that cats do not care when they leave the house because, unlike dogs, cats do not usually cry or scratch at the door. But that calm exterior can be deceiving. Cats are very aware of your comings and goings, and they pay close attention to how long you are gone and how you behave when you return. Think about it. Every time you walk out, your cat notices the pattern. Do you disappear without routine or explanation, returning hours later with no acknowledgement? Or do you leave calmly? And when you return, do you greet them with consistency and warmth? For cats, this is critical. They need to know that absence does not mean abandonment. They test you by watching your consistency. If every return is reassuring, if you show them they were not forgotten, trust builds. Some cats even develop little rituals around this test. They may wait by the door, jump onto the couch as soon as they hear your keys, or give you a soft meow when you walk in. These are not just greetings, they are evaluations. Your reaction in that moment tells them whether you see them as a priority. If you brush past them or act indifferent, they may interpret it as rejection. But if you pause, acknowledge them, and offer calm affection, you pass their test and reassure them that you are reliable. This is why consistency matters so much in the bond between cats and humans. They are creatures of habit, and routine is their way of feeling safe. By respecting that, you prove you are someone they can depend on. But safety alone is not enough. Cats also measure how you care for their most basic need, food. And this brings us to the fifth test, which is the most surprising of all and one that most owners overlook completely. The fifth hidden test your cat uses to choose its favorite human is the food test, and this one is far more important than most people realize. Many owners think feeding a cat is as simple as filling the bowl, but to your cat, it is much more than that. Food is survival, security, and routine all at once. The way you handle this moment tells your cat whether you are reliable enough to trust completely. Cats are creatures of habit. They notice the smallest details about when, how, and even where they are fed. If you feed them at irregular times, forget their schedule, or toss food carelessly without attention, your cat sees inconsistency. And inconsistency, in their world, means instability. But if you are on time, if you respect their routine, if you keep their space clean and their food fresh, you are sending a powerful message. I see you, I care for you, and I will not fail you in what matters most. This is why some cats show favoritism toward the person who feeds them. But it is not just about who holds the bag of food, it is about who creates a safe rhythm. Cats quickly learn who they can depend on, and once that trust is set, it becomes a bond that is very hard to break. In their mind, the person who feeds them consistently is not just providing meals, they are proving loyalty. Here is the surprising part. For many cats, this test outweighs the others. You might pass the eye contact test, the touch test, and even the absence test. But if you fail at food by being inconsistent, careless, or unreliable, you risk losing the role of favorite human. Food is not just nourishment, it is ritual, and in a cat's silent logic, ritual equals trust. So the next time you scoop their food, remember, you are not just feeding them, you are passing or failing one of the most decisive tests in your cat's secret evaluation. And once food is secure, there is something else your cat looks for, something that goes beyond survival. The next test reveals if you are not just a provider, but a true partner in their playful world. The sixth hidden test your cat uses to choose its favorite human is the play test. To us, play may seem like a way for cats to burn energy or distract themselves, but in reality, it is a vital part of their identity. Every leap, every pounce, every chase of a string or toy is your cat expressing its natural hunting instincts. And in this moment, they are quietly testing you. Will you enter their world, or will you stay outside of it? When you pick up the toy mouse, wave a string, or roll a ball across the floor, you are telling your cat something much bigger than "let's play." You are saying, "I understand your instincts, and I am willing to share in them." Cats value this more than most people imagine, because play is not only fun, it is bonding. By engaging, you become a partner, not just a caretaker. You prove that you are present and willing to invest time in their joy. What is even more fascinating is how personalized this test becomes. Some cats prefer short bursts of chasing, others love to stalk and pounce, while some invent their own little games with everyday objects. Paying attention to your cat's unique style of play shows them that you truly notice who they are. That recognition deepens trust because it proves you value their individuality. Failing this test does not mean your cat will stop loving you, but it does mean they may choose someone else in the household as their true play partner. And remember, play for cats is not a luxury. It is a way of bonding, exercising, and keeping their minds sharp. By joining them in this world of hunting and fun, you pass a test that goes straight to the heart of your relationship. And after all these layers of trust, comfort, touch, listening, absence, food, and play, comes a final but subtle question. Does your cat feel safe enough to share an intimate signal of trust through their eyes? That brings us to the last test. The seventh hidden test your cat uses to choose their favorite human is the eye contact test. At first glance, it might seem like nothing special. Your cat looks at you, holds your gaze for a moment, and then slowly blinks. But this is not random behavior. It is actually one of the most intimate signals in the feline world. By closing their eyes in front of you, your cat is showing vulnerability, because in nature, no animal would close its eyes near someone it does not trust. When your cat does this, it is asking a silent question. Do you trust me as much as I trust you? The way you respond matters. If you stare back without blinking, your cat may read it as a challenge. But if you slowly blink in return, you are speaking their language and telling them you feel safe with them too. This tiny gesture builds a bridge of trust, one blink at a time. Many owners underestimate how powerful this is. But for cats, this is like a handshake combined with a hug. It confirms safety, intimacy, and mutual respect. You can practice this every day. The next time your cat blinks at you, do not ignore it. Blink back slowly and watch how your cat reacts. Over time, you may notice them choosing to stay closer to you, stretching out near your side, or simply gazing at you with more ease. These are signs that you passed the first test. But trust in a cat's world does not come only through the eyes. The way you act in all the other tests is what truly shapes their decision. So now you know the 7 hidden tests your cat uses every single day to decide who their favorite human really island. The comfort test, the touch test, the listening test, the absence test, the food test, the play test, and finally, the eye contact test. Each of them may look small on the surface, but together they form the silent exam that determines whether you are simply a caretaker or the chosen human. If you pass these tests, you are more than just the person who lives with them. You are their safe space, their trusted partner, and the one they turn to when they let their guard down. That is a bond built not with big gestures, but with respect, consistency, and presence in the smallest moments. If you want to keep discovering the hidden truths of your cat's behavior and become even closer to them, make sure you subscribe right now and turn on the bell so you never miss what is coming next.